Hey, welcome to Papa's Place. My dear good friend, Mr. Buckrun11, and I'll annotate his channel over here someplace. Did me a huge favor. If you haven't seen the video, and I'll annotate that over here, of where he made this for me. And the thing I was going to do, the project, was I'm going to put a set screw here to hold the spring and the detent in for the takedown pin on my AR15. Because we're in the process of packing and trying to sell this place and move, God only knows where my AR lower receiver block is to put into the vise. Where my regular vise is, I don't know. So I found this one. It works. I've got it gripped onto my grip, which seems to be working well. And what this thing that Uncle Buck made me is to take this tap, and I've cheated because I've already done it, but I'm going to show you how I did it. It's a 440 tap, and the standard hole on the mil spec on the receivers is the right size to thread for a 440. And what this was for was to hold it straight so that when I went to start the hole, that it was flush against this and would hold it straight for me as I started the hole. Well, the problem is this is just a little bit too thick for the tool handle that I have to hold the bit. So I had to do it freehand. Don't freak out, you I didn't mess it up. Anyway, so what I did, let me take and brush that off. I couldn't even find my can of WD-40. So what I used was this little can of it's a Zoom Spot oiler. I use it for oiling up the bearings on the evaporative cooler. I just put a drop of oil on there, and then I set this in, and I was trying to hold it as steady as I could with my fingers, which kind of worked. And then I just proceeded to turn it in, and I could feel it making the cuts, and it never bound up. It didn't get hard, and it just went right in just like that. And you don't have to thread it too far, because that is the set screw that's going to go in to hold in the spring and the detent. So it's like, an 1/8 of an inch long. So I've got it tapped. We'll take the detent spring and running it back and forth in there to make sure I don't have any burrs holding anything up. Insert my takedown pin with the groove towards the hole, and I'm going to take my lovely little detent and drop it down in the hole. And he said to cut off about the same length of spring as the set screw, so that's what I'm doing with a pair of nippers. And there is the shortened spring, and I'm just going to push that in the hole. That sticks out more than I thought it would. And just take another coil off. There we go. That's better. And then you just take the set screw on this very tiny piece of this little hex wrench, and you put the spring in there, and then you turn the set screw. Flush. Yep. Flush to the hole. And we're set. It's still tight. I may take a little bit more off that spring. Yep. But there she goes. And what you can do now is I can take and change out butt stocks and stuff on this lower receiver that I'm planning in the near future to turn into a pistol. Everything's tight on this thing, but this is my I don't know if you guys can see that or not. AGP arms out here in Tempe, and if you can see that, they cut in an American flag on the front of the mag well, and it actually has all 50 stars on it. And they flare the mag well. And then down here underneath the grip, there's a another set screw that you can pre-adjust the trigger pull. So you don't have nearly as much take up. It doesn't change anything. It just kind of takes the take up off. Pretty slick. So there you go. There's my rear takedown pin spring and detent mod that UB was the originator on and friend and helper on this project. And so now whenever I change buttstocks or buffer tubes or whatever, I don't have to worry about that spring popping out or bending or breaking and losing and shooting across the room or whatever the case may be. So there you go. Any comments, questions? You know the routine, down below. And thanks again, Buck Round 11, Uncle Buck as we refer to him as, the master machinist. Man, the quality on this thing is just, I can't believe how smooth everything is. But it's just a whisker too long. But I'm hanging on to this one. That's going into the Pride Station. So, anyway, y'all take care. I'm going to quit my rambling. Remember, keep smiling. Makes people wonder what you've been up to. Take care, YouTube. Bye-bye.